we're here for an announcement, right? Yeah. We're here to celebrate the announcement of new nonstop flights to Amsterdam on Delta Airlines. Yeah! We've got a great program for you this morning. To kick it all off, please welcome the chairman of the Hillsborough County Aviation Authority, Robert Watkins.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Well, good morning. Thank you all for being here, and welcome to Tampa International Airport, my favorite airport, and I bet it's yours too. Before I start with my remarks, I often like to point out that George Bean, who you guys may remember, used to call this Tampa's living room. And many people in Tampa, in fact most, refer to this airport not as the airport, but my airport, and it's our intention to keep it that way. So good morning, welcome for being here. It's an amazing day. We've come a long way as a team. Many of our team members are here. When I joined the board in 2011, this space right here was a smoking deck. We were just climbing out of a big drop in passenger volume, and we had only one European flight. Now we're serving record passengers, about 20 million, a little over 20 million this year. We're almost done with the first phase of the airport expansion that'll allow us to serve 34 million passengers annually. And we now have count them, five flights to Europe. In the last 2 years alone, we've added 44 new routes. And I just want to take a moment and say that I couldn't be more proud of Joe Lovano and his team. They've worked very, very hard. They worked very, very hard, smartly, deliberately, and boldly to get us here. It's a great job, Joe. And not to mention, where is he? Our MC, Chris Minner, who's largely responsible for much of this. Great job, Chris. And this, let me tell you, we're not stopping. We're moving forward with the second phase of the airport expansion, and we're starting to think about a new airside. This is a historic time for our airport. I'm honored to have a supporting role in what I think is the support for what I view as the best airport in the world, and certainly one of the hardest working airports in the world. I'm excited for what the future brings, not just for flights, the Delta flight to Amsterdam, but other flight announcements that are to come. I'll end with congratulations, Joe. Congratulations to the entire team, to our community leaders, and to Delta for the decision to provide such a major connection between this wonderful region and one of the busiest airports over there. So thank you very much.
8 years ago, our next speaker was brought to this community to galvanize the city mothers and fathers around the idea that, yes, we can recruit international flights. Please welcome the CEO of America's favorite airport, Joe Lovano.
Well, there's a lot of people out here. It must be important, I guess. Well, I'm just here to say thank you. There's a lot of people I want to make sure I say thank you to. Our partners who work alongside us, sitting here in the front row. Our mayor, who's gone with me on lots of trips to try to recruit airlines, and everybody gets it. They know the reason we do this. The reason is because it creates jobs and it creates great economic benefit. This flight alone will create $110 million worth of economic benefit to our community. And that's what our team focuses on, is trying to bring tourism and commerce to Tampa Bay so that everybody in this community benefits. I want to thank the elected officials that are here. I think Guido Maniscalco is here. Guido, thank you for being here today. And oh, there we are. Thank you for your support. He's got a great voice, by the way, if you didn't know that. He sings in a choir. He's awesome. I'm just telling you. And thanks to my team. This sort of announcement, I wanted to just savor it because it's so much fun. It doesn't happen all the time. But with Chris and his team and our partners, it seems like Groundhog Day, right? We've been here before. And it's a great, great thing. It's a great thing to make this announcement. It's important to our community. This is a world-class airport. And Delta KLM is a world-class airline, and their management team, to Ed Bastian and the KLM team, to Peter Elbers, is world-class in every respect. So we're proud to have you as a partner. We're proud to have a wide body from Delta Airlines flying across the Atlantic Ocean. That is a great service. It's one that is envied and wanted by lots of communities around the country, but it's here for us. We've accomplished a lot. Our project is almost complete, but we also maintain very good customer ratings, so we're very happy about that. And all I have left to say is that I'm very thankful to be part of this team. So thank you very much.
In addition to our chairman, I want to thank General Chip Deal from our Aviation Authority Board for being here. Thank you so much, both of you, for your tremendous support. Our next speaker is, well, he's the mayor of Tampa, but really he's the mayor of this entire region. He really has traveled throughout his entire tenure in support of increased trade and also to recruit and support the airlines that have made the investment to come here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn.
Just for the record, that dope dog did not hit on me. I think it was Santiago with his hair. That was all. Santiago's looking a little suspicious these days with that hair growing out there. That dog, Santiago, was looking at you funny. To our partners at Delta, first of all, let me say thank you. Thanks for all that you have done for this community over the years, but more importantly, thank you for believing in what our next chapter will look like. This is an amazing time for this city, and I think back as Chris reminded me, I was heading into the twilight of my mayoral career, and I have far more yesterdays than tomorrows in this job. But I think about where we were, Joe, 8 years ago, and I think about how far this city has come and how far this airport has come to a place where we are now the destination for the best and the brightest, both in terms of intellectual capital, but more importantly in terms of corporate investment, as is demonstrated by Delta's belief in this community. This is a different city than it was 8 years ago. This is a different airport than it was 8 years ago. This is a different airport than it was 1 year ago. And I think about not that journey, but I think more importantly about what the future looks like. And I would submit to you that over the next 5 to 10 years, as we continue to grow and to morph and to believe in our capacity to be that great American city, that international destination, that 5 years from now, you will not recognize this place and you will not recognize this airport. We will take our turn in the top tier of cities around the globe as a place of hope, as a place of destiny, as a place where the talent and the best want to come and be a part of. Thank you, Delta, for believing in us. Thank you to all of you for believing in yourself. We have much work ahead of us because our job is not over, and we will not rest, ever. Thanks and congratulations, Joe.
So our Air Service Development team, headed up by our Director of Air Service, Kenneth Strickland, and the rest of us all really recognize that landing a new flight is really the second hardest thing you're ever going to do in this business. The harder thing is to work hard and make sure that it's very successful. So now I'd like to introduce to you our community partners who have stood up and said, yes, we can support this flight. I want to start with a Delta frequent flyer and also a wonderful friend to the region, the CEO of Visit St. Pete Clearwater, David Downing.
Thank you, Chris. Mr. Mayor, the only positive thing I can think about of you not being mayor is that I don't have to follow you speaking again. Thank you. I'm sitting out there thinking, Tampa, Amsterdam, why isn't this called the Tamsterdam flight? Can we work on that? Hashtag Tamsterdam, please. Just stuff writes itself sometimes. The Chairman Watkins said something, and this echoes on both sides of the bay. He says, we are not stopping. The mayor echoed that too. Let me tell you, on the Pinellas County side, who I represent, our TDC, our Tourist Development Council, my Board of County Commissioners, my boss, Commissioner Kenneth Welch, who's the chair right now, is in lockstep with what's going on here. If they weren't in lockstep, trust me, I wouldn't be here, because those are the people that I report to. This is a community effort, to echo what Joe just said and Chris have said before. But hats off to Tampa International Airport, to our friends at Visit Tampa Bay, to our friends at the Aviation Authority. It keeps going all the way through. This is a region called Tampa Bay. St. Pete Clearwater is a huge part of it. This flight excites me for lots of reasons, not the least of which is Delta frequent flyer miles and a SkyTeam direct service in international. Not that I don't love Atlanta Airport, but to get directly there is a huge deal for us and a huge win for us. Strategically, it fits perfectly with what we do to bring people to the #1 beach in America right now, Clearwater Beach. We have offices in Germany, offices in the United Kingdom. We've already been working with them to think, how can we promote this flight? How can we maximize the $110 million that this is going to bring to the region? So to all of them, to everybody who made this happen this morning, I say thank you very much, and we're looking forward to May 22nd of next year. Thank you.
To Amsterdam. We are so blessed as a region to have two dynamic convention and visitors bureaus that are out there marketing this destination all around the world. The president and CEO of Visit Tampa Bay, please welcome Santiago Carrata.
Well, good morning, and I think you've already met me through my hair. Thank you, Mayor. You know, once a chief of staff, you always take ribbing from the mayor, and I guess it goes on and on and on forever, even after this venture in his career. First to Delta, you know, thank you for having the confidence in us, and another opportunity for us to tell the Tampa-Hillsborough County story to another part of the world. I think David said it the best, and I wanted to make sure I could say this. I am a Delta guy. Love the Sky Club, fly Delta all over the world, and to have that service as a direct flight to Amsterdam. I think you read in the Tampa Bay Business Journal that the people of Tampa rated that flight #1 as far as our airport going after it. And I have to tell you, it is deja vu, it is Groundhog Day. But the players that work on bringing these airlines and these direct flights to Tampa are the hardest working team. I've got to recognize Patrick Harrison on our team. The work that goes on before these announcements, then during and then after, is monumental. So we are super excited. We're on our 8th consecutive year of record-breaking tourism numbers, and we know that the people of Amsterdam are going to feel very, very comfortable riding bicycles on our Riverwalk, enjoying the finest cuisine, and taking in some of our great art. So to Delta, to our team, Joe and Chris, thank you for allowing us to be part of this dream team that continues to make these things happen for the betterment of our community. So thank you, and thank you, and thank you.
I like that, the dream team. That sounds pretty good, right? So the reality of how we've been able to more than double the number of international passengers arriving on nonstop flights at this airport since Joe got here has been to have the support of our convention and visitors bureaus, but also the support of our business community. And so now I'd like to pivot, because it's critical that we bring visitors here to Tampa Bay, but it's just as important that we increase our trade links. And so now, please welcome the CEO of the Tampa Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Mr. Craig Richard.
Thanks, Chris. And I also want to echo the congratulations to our airport team. Joe, Chris, you guys are knocking it out the park, and it truly is an honor to be on the team, the dream team, as you talk about, when we go in there and we pitch for new international destinations. You know, as Chris talked about, we're well regarded as a visitor's destination. David and Santiago, you guys are blowing it up in terms of making sure that people know that this is a great place to come and visit. But Bob and I, our job is to make sure that people understand that this is also a huge commercial destination. And so when we get trips or international destinations like Amsterdam, direct connections, it solidifies our position as a commercial destination here in Florida. And my commitment to you, Delta, is that we are committed and we will work hard to make sure that we can deliver the business community connection to Amsterdam. We're going to start off with a trade mission that I think will not be easy, or will not be hard to fill up. When we bring companies to Amsterdam, they're going to want to be there and they're going to want to be on this flight. So again, thank you for selecting Tampa on this monumental occasion. We look forward to working with you. We look forward to making this a successful trip for you. Thank you.
I was on an international trip with our next speaker just a couple of months ago, and we had the opportunity to do a really fun activity. And I saw him pull out his backpack and all of his papers and sit down and start working. And I said, "Bob, what are you doing?" He says, "Well, I'm studying." I said, "For what?" He says, "I'm trying to earn my PhD." I said, "Why?" He says, "Because we have a 10-year plan for the Chamber of Commerce of how we're going to support this community, and I want to be the leader who's here to lead the Chamber." Please welcome the CEO of the Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce, Bob Rohrlach.
I'm sorry I don't have time to talk. I have an assignment due. But thank you. Delta, thank you very much. We're glad you're here. You know, as I talk to my counterparts in the chamber world around the country and around the world, and we tell them what's going on in our community, and I talk about this airport, every single time they stop me and go, wait, what? What is your airport doing? What have they been accomplishing? No one believes it. And then I challenge them to say, well, go online and look, and they always follow up and go, that is incredible. This airport is setting the pace for what we as a community should be doing to make this community better. Our job at the Chamber is to support our commerce drivers that are helping to grow this economy. This airport is setting that example. So we're committed to supporting this airport. They're making our job very easy to support what goes on, and we're just proud to be a part of this team, proud to be supporting the effort of making this community strong. It amazes me how many people come to town and then will say how great their experience was going through this airport. People don't expect a good experience at an airport, but they get it here. And having Delta here to complement that great service is just going to make it even better and better. So we're thrilled that you're here. And we're glad Amsterdam's connecting to us. We're not connecting to them. They're connecting to us. We've seen expansion internationally. We've seen domestic with Seattle, San Diego, San Francisco. That's all great. Every year we go on a benchmarking trip to another city, comparing how they're dealing with issues we're dealing with and getting ideas. Usually we're giving them ideas. We're taking our first trip internationally this year to Toronto. We'd looked at Amsterdam a few years ago, and it was just logistically going to be a challenge. Not anymore. We're excited about that. We're looking forward to being able to do that. We are where the world needs to come and see, whether they know it or not, and we thank you for helping us get that message out. So we're looking forward to that flight. Thank you, Delta. Thanks for being here.
So just as we have partners on both sides of the bay to support tourism, we have partners to support business as well. Not everyone realizes the business juggernaut that is St. Petersburg, home to Tech Data, Jabil Circuit, Raymond James, and many, many others. Please welcome the CEO of the St. Petersburg Chamber of Commerce, Chris Steinacher.
All right, so I'm not the smart one, obviously, with the PhD, but I am the good-looking one, so Bob, thank you for that. So greetings from the St. Pete Chamber, the St. Petersburg EDC, and our mayor, Rick Kreisman. We are the birthplace of commercial aviation. And I was talking to Evan earlier, and Evan, you'll hear from, was also born in St. Pete. So great things are born in St. Pete, good decisions are made in St. Pete. Just imagine, you know, we say in St. Pete, every good conversation starts with or ends with, I love St. Pete. And there's this passion we're having, and it's not just about the elements of our community, it's the elements of this region, and we've heard about it. It is our leadership on both sides that are bringing wonderful things. But imagine next year at this time where we're going to be doing the cultural exchanges with our museums. There's so many amazing museums in our St. Pete area and in Tampa with the Netherlands. It's going to be an amazing opportunity. Imagine all the opportunities for our businesses to connect with the technology hub that is Amsterdam. and what they can do with us, we are going to create jobs from this. We are going to see ourselves as a better community because of these decisions. And I know it will continue to show people why we say we start with love and we end with it, but why we're going to continue to grow is because of these kind of announcements, and it's going to continue to grow that passion for the St. Pete, Tampa Bay area. And we're very excited to be part of it. We're looking forward to be on the first flight. Thank you very much.
I'd like to acknowledge before our final speaker for today, we're joined by Gary Harrod, also from our board. Thank you so much, Mr. Harrod, for your support of everything that we're trying to do here. For the entire team, there's more than 650 of us now here at Tampa International Airport. We are so proud to be a part of this facility and to be a part of this community. And we wake up every day when we come here knowing that what we do matters and what we do makes a difference. And so thank you to the entire team here. Our next speaker is the man of the hour to come up and talk to us about Delta Airlines, about their decision to come here. He's a great man with a great story, having recently relocated here to Tampa Bay. Director of Global Sales, please welcome David Strachko.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, good morning, everybody. This is truly, if I don't knock the mic over, truly an honor to be here. And it's very special for me because I am a member of this community. So to be able to come back, as Chris indicated, I moved back here. And prior to moving back, I lived up in Atlanta. And I was here for about 9 years, and I watched the excitement around the Tampa Bay Airport and how it grew and how Delta grew and what we meant to this community and how the community supported Delta. So to come back and be a part of the community and have this special announcement is amazing. So, and to look out amongst all of you and see the level of support, the community has really rallied, and that is what's impressive. To listen to each one of the speakers come up and talk about what it takes to support this is just awe-inspiring. So. But I'm honored and privileged on behalf of the Delta family of 80,000 aviation professionals around the globe to be here and talk about this exciting opportunity. But also on behalf of my Delta colleagues that call Tampa Bay home. There's 800 Delta employees that call Tampa Bay region home. We have a large contingent that work here at Tampa International. We have a large contingent at our engagement center just down the street. And so we're all very, very excited for this. The history of Delta spans many decades. We've been here a long time, and I've watched it grow. When I was here, 37 flights a day right now. We're operating through the summer. We added Salt Lake City not too long back, and we added additional service to Raleigh-Durham. So it's exciting to see the level of support. All the flights, I fly all the time, and all the flights are full, thanks to the tremendous support of this community. And that gives us the opportunity to bring new service, the international opportunity that we're going to be launching in summer of 2019. Very exciting. And people talk about why Amsterdam. Well, there is a tremendous amount of opportunities going into Amsterdam and connecting points beyond, but there's also, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that travel to Amsterdam as a destination and from Amsterdam into the Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, Clearwater area. So that was one of the reasons too, because I've been asked, Charles de Gaulle or Amsterdam, why Amsterdam? And that's one of the main reasons. But then when you look at the opportunities to connect to over 80 destinations in Europe, to Middle East, and destinations in Africa, that's what this flight will provide. We're going to be bringing in a wide-body 767 extended range aircraft, 36 in the front, business class, business elite, and they are lie flat, direct aisle access. We're going to have 26 in the Comfort Plus, and then we'll have 143 that will be in the main cabin with in-flight entertainment at every seat, with complimentary meals and beverages and access to international Wi-Fi. We're the only airline that has all international flights with international Wi-Fi access. So that's something that everybody wants. You want to be hardwired, and we're giving you that opportunity. So it's a compelling story with Delta and our joint venture partners, KLM, Royal Dutch Airlines, and being able to show the power of a joint venture and what it means. And this is what it is. It's a Delta mainline aircraft. It's not a KLM, but we do have those opportunities. It's a Delta Metal, as we call it. And we're very excited to bring that plane to this region and fly it across the pond. So once again, we are thrilled to open up the world to Tampa Bay region, introduce them to the best beaches in the world. And we're so excited about this, and we're looking forward to working with all these partners here over the next year as we ramp up and get ready to launch this service. And I can't thank you enough on behalf of all Delta for the tremendous support of every one of the organizations here. So Mayor and Joe, thank you for being here. Thank you all for the support, and I look forward to entertaining any questions afterwards. But right now, I'd like to go ahead and ask Joe to come up for a special presentation, if I may. Uh-oh.
Gear.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Gear down. Yeah, this doesn't happen in real life, so. So it's a real honor and a privilege. This is one of our newest, our flagship airplane that we're running across the Atlantic, and we'll be on the Trans-Pacific is where it's going right now, but the Atlantic will get it as well. It's the A350, and we're real excited, and it's a token of our appreciation for the level of support, and thank you for all that you do to support Delta in this area.
Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.
From our side, David, you've been a big part of our community for many years, and we really appreciate your partnership. We have here some hand-rolled cigars from Ybor City, Tampa, Florida, for you to enjoy. So there's our gift to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, David.
Do I have to share them?
No, you don't have to share them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. If we could have the police just monitor Kenneth Strickland on his way back to his office, we don't want him to walk away with this plane. That concludes our program. Thank you so much for joining us today.